Imagine this. It's April, tax season. But this year, something feels different. No forms, no deductions, no government hand taking a slice of your paycheck. Because this time, taxes don't exist. At first, you celebrate. Everyone does. More money in your pocket, no stress, no deadlines. It feels like freedom. But soon you realize something strange. The roads aren't being fixed, streetlights stay broken, and the garbage truck just stops coming. Because if no one's paying taxes, who's paying for everything else? In a world without taxes, governments lose their main source of income overnight. Most countries get between 70% and 90% of their revenue from taxes. Income tax, sales tax, property tax, fuel tax, you name it. So with no taxes, the state suddenly has no money to pay teachers, firefighters, doctors, soldiers, or anyone else who makes society run. The result? Immediate shutdown. Hospitals close, schools shut down, public transport disappears, and yes, even the police stop showing up. Because, well, they're not getting paid either. For a short while, private companies step in. A few tech giants and billionaires try to fill the gap. A company might sponsor your local fire department. Another might own the schools. It sounds innovative until you realize that now everything depends on who can afford it. Education, safety, healthcare, all become products. The rich get clean streets and fast ambulances, the poor, dirt roads and waiting lines. The world starts looking less like a democracy and more like a subscription service. But let's say society tries to adapt. Without taxes, governments look for other ways to fund themselves. Maybe they sell land. Maybe they privatize water, air, even city names. Welcome to Amazon City, formerly known as Chicago. Tourists pay entry fees for national parks. Drivers pay tolls on every road. You can still get services, but only if you can pay for them directly. And that's when people realize something ironic. Taxes are just a collective way of paying for what we all use together. Without them, we still pay, just separately and often a lot more. Some argue it could still work, that people could donate voluntarily to things they care about. Sounds nice, but think about it. Would enough people choose to fund sewers or roads in cities they never visit? Probably not. Voluntary systems tend to collapse under what economists call the free rider problem. Everyone wants the benefits, but no one wants to be the one who pays, and soon those public goods vanish. In a world without taxes, inequality grows fast. The wealthy start creating private cities with their own security, hospitals, and energy grids, places where money replaces law. Meanwhile, public areas fall into decay, ruled by whoever can afford control. Democracy weakens because voting doesn't mean much when governments have no budget. Power shifts to corporations. They become the new governments, setting rules for profit instead of people. Society fragments into two classes: those who live behind private walls, and those who live outside them. But there's one more twist. Without taxes, national debt becomes impossible to repay. Roads, hospitals, and military bases crumble, and countries that can't fund themselves get taken over, not by armies, but by investors. Your country's independence might end up being purchased instead of protected. In the end, people realize something strange. Taxes aren't really theft, they're rent. Rent we all pay to keep civilization running. You might hate paying them, but without them, everything that makes modern life possible starts to collapse. So next time you grumble about your tax bill, just remember, it's the price of living in a world where lights turn on, hospitals open, and the garbage still gets picked up. Because as much as we hate them, we can't live without them.